Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Savannah and today I'm going to show you guys 10 fun legacy challenges that you might not have heard of that will spice up your gameplay a little bit, spice up the usual regular legacy challenge rules and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's just hop right into the video. So this first one is the Family Jewels Legacy Challenge. It's only 9 generations, unlike most, and basically each generation is a specific jewel. So it starts off with Alabaster, Citrine, I don't know how to say it, Emerald, and so on. And so obviously, like most legacy challenges, there are specific goals for each and every generation, and there are also a bunch of optional goals at the very bottom that you can do to add another level of challenge to the legacy. One thing I like about this challenge, as like the creator describes, there's a bit less structure. Like there are rules, have at least 3 kids, parenting skill, good friendship, but they're less rigid than some. I don't tend to like legacy challenges where like they're super duper specific as to what you have to do in terms of your career and everything. I can't do that. I like that there's some level of flexibility and there's a bunch of options in terms of traits for each generation, so you don't have to just stick with the ones that they tell you to. There's options in terms of careers and stuff like that. And the extra goals aren't like required. You really only have to do the traits, career, and aspiration, but these are just kind of extra stuff that you can do. This next one is the fatal flaws. Now, I am guilty of only giving my Sims certain like more positive traits. I don't really give them enough of the bad ones, like especially like slob or squeamish and hates kids. I don't usually do those. So this one kind of forces you to maybe not have the most squeaky clean Sims ever. So basically, each generation, there's like a specific trait that is their fatal flaw. This one is a bit more rigid in terms of the rules because it's very much story based. So there's like a story that you're kind of playing along with rather than making your own story. But it's still very, very interesting. Obviously, you could kind of do your own thing with it. That's what I like to do. I rarely follow legacy rules super duper strictly, but there are the traits, aspiration, and career, and then kind of certain rules to guide your sim through that generation and that story. This third challenge is the Stardew Valley Legacy Challenge 12 generation. That's a little bit longer than your typical 10 gen legacy challenge. Each generation is a marriage candidate from Stardew Valley, and you basically play as that character. So first starts with Abigail, then Emily, then Sam, and Sebastian. I'm not a Stardew Valley kind of person. I don't know any of these characters, but I know a lot of you guys probably do enjoy Stardew Valley as well. If you do, this is probably gonna be the one for you. Next, we have the Secret Garden Legacy Challenge. So basically, each generation is a certain flower that's kind of associated with a specific color. So it starts off with rose, then sunflower, jasmine, snapdragon, all that good stuff. And there's a little each generation, rather than having like a really rigid, like this is the backstory of this generation, there's just kind of like a 1 sentence little explanation of the vibe. So roses are a strong flower that symbolize mystery, attaining the impossible, and love at first sight. And so you, rather than kind of going the traditional way that you would think, and going with like a rose, red, romantic, instead there's, strange little mystery, military type situation, and stuff like that. Jasmines are flowers with attitude. They're majestic and symbolize wealth, grace, and admiration. This one is standard 10 generation legacy challenge. This next one for you fans of Olivia Rodrigo is the Sour Legacy Challenge, and each generation is basically one of the songs on her album Sour. So the first one is Brutal. God, it's brutal here. You're 17, you're dropping out of high school, and you found yourself completely on your own with one dream: become a pop star. So play whatever lifespan you want. Your heirs can be whatever gender you please, and you can sign off each generation once you fulfill the aspirations, reach the career, blah, blah, blah. And you can build a little graveyard to have all of your heirs and stuff. And you have to keep their ghosts alive and complete the Sugar Skull collection by the end of the challenge in remembrance of them. So that kind of adds like a fun little extra part to the Lexi challenge. Usually, like, I've never seen a Lexi challenge that kind of asks you to kind of keep all of the gens around for like a one last hurrah at the end, but I really like that. But yeah, so driver's license, your BFF's house was your sanctuary from a parent with a revolving door of partners. You're not sure you'll be good at it, but a secure family of your own is all you crave. So this one sounds like a super duper fun one. I haven't done this one yet, but I really, really want to do it soon. I actually have not listened to her album. I don't listen to Olivia Rodrigo's music, but this challenge kind of makes me want to. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it'd be like kind of fun. But the next one is the 7 Deadly Sins. So even though it's called the 7 Deadly Sins, it kind of has more than just the 7 Deadly Sins. Really, kind of goes after envy. There's vainglory, vengeance, and then last but not least, sadness. You can read this whole backstory of the origin of the 7 Deadly Sins. They originated from the 8 cardinal sins written down by some Christian monk named, I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyways, each generation is based on these sins, and it kind of goes with like in the similar vibe of the Fatal Flaws legacy, but a bit more intense in terms of like each gen is supposed to be like a bad guy, kind of, not necessarily a bad guy. The last one is sadness, so like you're not necessarily an evil person if you're sad, but it's like, you know, making your sims a bit less squeaky clean, a bit more dramatic, and maybe not like the nicest ever. So I really want to do this one soon. I might stream it on my Twitch that you should follow, link in the description down below. But anyways, and the main kind of objective of this challenge is that kind of each generation learns from the sin of the previous generation. So each generation really builds upon each other instead of each of them being their own kind of isolated character, you know? So this next legacy challenge is based around the Get Famous expansion pack. So it's basically based around each gen is supposed to be famous in their own way. So first one is the master chef, then there's an actor, then there's an author, a painter. So there's only 5, and it's a short one. It's a if you're not really into like super duper long legacies, if you're like me and you really only usually get like 3 gens in, this might be a good start to kind of not have to be like, oh crap, I have to do 10 whole generations, because it can be kind of overwhelming. Also, of course, you can really add your own. Like, there's only 5 here, but like if you wanted to add like, you know, social media influencer as your Gen 6, you can kind of continue it any way you want. But the whole point is to basically get famous each generation based on a specific skill or career that your sim can focus on. So as a huge contrast to that 5 generation legacy, this one is like, I am not going to try and count this one. There's a lot, but it is called the Postcard Legacy Challenge. This one is very, very well thought out. You can pick, you don't actually have to do this in like the order listed here. You could pick any one of the prompts to start off with and then do that kind of story. So there's the baker, the freegan, the farmer, the hero, the superstar, or whatever. And there's a bunch of mods that they might recommend. There are custom scenarios and stuff like that. So this is a very thorough, very well thought out challenge that I highly recommend. I kind of want to do this one on my Twitch as well because there's so many, you can kind of start anywhere that you want. So it's very, very thorough and like well thought out, but at the same time, you don't have to like do it in this order. You can start off with the vivacious veterinarian, and then your second gem can be the secret criminal, and then you could jump to the celebrity chef and all that fun stuff. This one is the Lifestyle Legacy Challenge. So you will need most of the expansion packs and game packs to complete this Legacy Challenge. So each generation lives in a different world with a different lifestyle focus and one main aspiration to complete. So each generation has their kind of certain lifestyle. So the first one, more rustic agriculture, and then obviously industrial, city, bohemian, militant, modern, all that stuff. There's a certain vibe. I feel like also if you're a builder, this will probably be a super duper fun one. You can, in terms of your sim, I'm more of a cast girly. So in terms of your sim style, you know, you kind of can have a certain vibe to go with, you know what I'm saying? And this one is also a bit more laid back, like less structured. It's more just kind of like, this is the general vibe of the generation. Buy a plot in any worlds, join military career, bodybuilder, and then there's some extra points if you want it. But for the most part, you can kind of create the story however you want to do so. And so last but not least on the list, we have the Greek God Legacy Challenge. So as the title suggests, each generation is inspired by a Greek god or goddess. First one is the goddess of the hunt, Artemis slash Diana. And so just each gen is a god or goddess. It's pretty self-explanatory. There are obviously objectives of each generation, so if you're really into this stuff. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one, even though it's the very last one. It's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, I hope you found one or two or more legacy challenges that you might want to try out. If you want to see me do any of these, let me know. I might stream them on my Twitch. Right now I'm doing a short lifespan legacy on my Twitch channel right now, but I might do one of these themed ones at some point. If you're interested in any of them, let me know and follow me on Twitch to see me actually play it. And follow my second channel if you can't catch my streams live because I upload them there. So without further ado, let's just wrap this video on up. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Sorry I uploaded this a day late, and I'm sorry I did not upload last week. Life has been a mess, but I'm here, and we're so close to 1,000, so please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. But anyway, that's all for now. So hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.